The world's greatest dogs have brought millions to tears. Dogs are believed to have been companions to humans for 10,000 years, and this long period has forged an unparalleled bond between the two species. Dogs are not only loyal companions, but also contribute immensely to many different aspects of life, from rescue dogs in emergencies and police dogs who have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty, to therapy dogs bringing joy and hope to the less fortunate, and even dogs whose courage has left unforgettable historical marks. And the great dog I want to tell you about today not only embodies loyalty and intelligence, but also symbolizes unconditional love and the noble sacrifice that dogs have given to humanity. Let's explore the touching and extraordinary story of this dog that made history, the race of kindness, and Balto the dog. The story begins in January 1923, when doctors in Nome discovered symptoms of diphtheria in several residents of their town. They were very worried because in 1921, diphtheria had claimed the lives of 1,500 people in the United States. This epidemic was particularly dangerous for remote and isolated towns because treatment was only available in large cities. For the residents of Nome at that time, doses of diphtheria antitoxin were only available in Anchorage, 1,085 kilometers away, and the Alaskan winter was extremely harsh, paralyzing transportation, freezing gasoline, and making even the most viable means of transport, airplanes, impossible, because that winter happened to be the coldest in 20 years, with a maximum temperature of only 2 degrees Celsius and an average temperature of minus 46 degrees Celsius, and the sun only shining for a few short hours each day. All the worst things seemed to have happened to this small town at once. However, with a glimmer of hope, a dog sled team could save them. The serum collectors loaded supplies and food onto sleds and began a grueling journey called the Serum Run to Nome. This journey was undertaken by 20 sledmen and 150 sled dogs. Normally, traveling such a distance of 1,000 kilometers would take 25 days, but the serum could only be preserved for 6 days. Beyond that time, all efforts would be futile. This also meant the dogs had to complete their mission in 4 times less time than usual to deliver the serum to the doctors before it lost its effectiveness. And so, Balto's legendary journey began. Initially, no one thought that this black and white Siberian Husky would make history, because Balto was an old, slow dog and not usually chosen as the pack leader. But Cassin, the leader, decided to choose Balto to lead the dog sled team delivering the serum to Nome for the final and most dangerous 90 kilometers. He believed that for this stretch of road, speed wasn't the most important factor. Accuracy and safety were paramount. Therefore, he chose Balto, the most experienced dog in the pack. And Cassin's faith in Balto was not misplaced. Just as Cassin's team set off, a blizzard struck, the temperature plummeted, and the biting cold of minus 65 degrees Celsius nearly made him give up. However, Balto proved its worth, leading the group through the stormy night thanks to its familiarity with the route. Not only did it keep the team safe on the trail, but Balto also saved them from freezing in the Toko River. At this point, Cassin saw Balto suddenly stop. He ordered Balto to continue running, but it refused, even as Cassin repeatedly whipped it with his whip. By then, Balto was already submerged in the icy water. If it had taken just a few more meters, the entire group would have been drowned in the frozen river. Balto's disobedience forced Cassin to stop the vehicle, check the surroundings, and realize his mistake. The team chose a different route and escaped death. After all the hardships, At dawn on February 2nd, 1925, the residents of Nome erupted in joy, and they were also surprised to see Balto, the slow-moving old dog, leading the supply convoy into the town at a time when the town was in dire straits. Casson and his dogs successfully delivered the serum to the doctors in Nome just 6 days after the journey began, and 10,000 people in Nome were saved. Balto became a household name, and the residents of New York honored Balto with a bronze statue just 1 year after his journey. In 1995, Universal released an animated film depicting Balto's journey. Balto died in 1933 at the age of 11, and his remains are preserved and honored in the Cleveland Museum of Natural History in Ohio. Balto, Casson, and the people of Nome have faded into history. But Balto's journey is not only a story of bravery and loyalty, but also a vivid testament to the extraordinary strength that can be created by the bond between two species. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more stories about other dogs. Share your thoughts about Balto in the comments. And if you'd like to hear more stories about these four-legged friends, let me know. See you in the next video.
Thank you for visiting. We'll see you next time.
Home!